Hey, this is Ricky with RealTalkChimp, live streaming part 2 of this Paint by Numbers kit, Adventures of a Lifetime, from numberartist.com, item number 50-40-LZ10169. We're live streaming on YouTube at RealTalkChimp, that's RealTalkChimp. All right. Hopefully we'll be able to find it. Part 2. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll get down to some shenaniganery in a moment. Okay, so in part 1 we did an unboxing, a tutorial. Showed the origin of this particular painting. And we started and went from 1 through, I believe, 7 or 8 of the paint pods. So we may be up to 9 right now. So we'll go back and we'll see if we missed anything. Okay, so there are 9. So maybe we stopped at 8. I think we stopped at 8. So well, in case we have more, we'll go back and... what in the heck? Hang on a second here. I need to reopen up YouTube on my tablet because it's going elsewhere and not where I need it to be. Plus, I need to make sure we have sound. Well, they really changed this thing. So you can't see chat anymore? That's weird. I wonder why chat's on the left side. Can you move this? No? Okay. Ivorloth Brook and Jades. I'm very confused. Well, hello. Hopefully you can hear me. There we go. We do have audio. Okay, good. All right. So yeah, YouTube got updated today, and they really threw everything off into Weirdsville. So like, share, comment, subscribe. RealTalkChimp is RealTalkChimp. I'm Ricky. We'll start painting some more. We'll check to see numbers 1 through, I guess, 8 or 9. And if we happen to come across them, we'll paint them. But in the meantime, I think we can safely switch to number 9 paint pod, if we can figure out how to put gloves on. Okay, as always, the elusive Sammy is hanging out there by the window. It's 110 today with 100% humidity. Sammy's digging it. All right, so let's take a search around here. I see a lot of 9s. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we were on 8 on part 1. I think we ended on part 8. So if we come across any more number 8s, not part 8, but number 8, brain is a little bit broken. All right, so we'll open up 9. 9 has 3 paint pods because there's a lot of number 9s. So number 9, similar to number 8, just a little bit darker. Number 8 was this kind of almost a fluorescent type of green. 9 is a darker green. But so you'll see number 8 is this dark green here. So I don't know how much more different this one's going to be than that. But it's the different jungle plants and such out there. So, oh, you watched the Native American videos from my Red Dead Redemption 2? Is that what you're referring to there? Because the only other Native American videos I can think of is just my RIP to Graham Greene when he passed away. That was more of a voiceover, I guess. But are those the ones you're referring to? Let's see, number 9. Here we go. Doesn't really look all that different from number 8. Maybe a little bit more glossy. Number 8? Oh, okay, so this is Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. When pretty much most of the people I was playing with all uninstalled the game around 2022, because Rockstar, abandoned Red Dead Redemption, especially Red Dead Online. They didn't even bother updating it. I mean, they obviously do, the generally monthly updates, but that's all on a timer. It doesn't actually give us new maps or new weapons or new anything. It just gives you some bonus discounts or whatever to, help them make money in their store. But, yeah, they all pretty much gave up and uninstalled the game, so I had really no one to play with. I ran solo for about 6 months, and then finally I just kind of gave up and uninstalled it. I figured they say that Red Dead Redemption 3 is supposed to come out in 2030, and I'll be in my 90s then, so it'll be perfect playing that game. Yeah, I won't be in my 90s, but I'm being facetious. Just such how Rockstar does their things. We have to deal with GTA 6. That drops, I think, in November or something. Not that long. And they'll be doing that probably for a while. They'll eventually just get rid of GTA 5, because there will be no reason to play it. They still have all their GTA games, even the isometric games from the early 90s. But, they're not really multiplayer, those games. And they're not talking about a GTA 6 Online. They're saying that this one's only going to be a solo campaign. But that's what they say about all their games, and then eventually enough of their community complains and they make an online version. Like, online for Red Dead Redemption was never supposed to happen. But again, similar thing, people complain. And they made it pretty elaborate, but not that elaborate. There are more Easter eggs in the campaign than, of course, the online. And the online didn't have what people wanted, like bank robberies and train robberies and other things. And some of their little stories were pointless and just kept happening. But the roleplay was where it was at, and that's what we did. We role played. And since each of us came from, indigenous Canada or indigenous Mexico or, Native Americans in the United States, although if you follow your history, a little different, in some of the states, obviously, it'll wait until the late 1800s, but Red Dead took place in almost the 1900s, so it was 1899, right? So, yeah. But yeah, we role played more like it was not the 1899s. We role played like it was the early 1800s, in the costumes and stuff that we made or glitched to make work. But for console and PC had all the mods, and they had like teepees and and just much better things. You can't do that on console, so we had to suffer with all the cowboy crap. Or we would try to change the outfitter in the camp to Vagabond or whatever it was, so that all our tents were A-frames, so at least they looked a little bit like teepees when you put them around the fire. I liked it. It was fun. I liked doing that whole role play. There's some good times from say 2020 to 2024, I guess. And I made a lot of videos. At least 1,000 of the videos that I have on there were Red Dead Redemption 2. So, good times. No chimpanzees dancing in the jungle in there, except for a real talk chimp. Yeah. Good times. I've reinstalled the game a couple of times and tried playing it, but the hackers and the cheaters and stuff like that sure make it more miserable. Hey, Jordan Henry. How you doing? So we got a lot of 9s here. I think that's a 9. Okay. So this is basically the jungle foliage that we're working on here. Building all the leaves, and this is all the greenery that you see all around this map here, or this painting. It's what we're working on here. These are all number 9s. Doesn't like... Okay, what is going on here? I may have to put some thinner in this paint. It is very thick and coming out very thick. Let's try a little bit of water. Now, water will certainly help it flow better. But don't use too much water, as it'll really thin out the paint. Let's get some inside here. We'll mix up some water inside this paint cap here, so we can loosen up this paint a little bit here. Yeah, if you don't communicate with the Real Talk Chimp, he will go off on a tangent and never stop talking about it. Wow, this is all numbered. This whole section here is number 9. So I'm going to switch to the larger paintbrush here. Get it back alive here, and we'll get some paint. Use it down here in the bottom. I'm pushing a little hard so the canvas is moving. Oh, son of a mother father. That's a 15 that I almost painted over there. These are all 15s around here. Some of these smaller parts that I can't put the big brush in, we'll switch over to the medium brush and just kind of get into those spots. Especially around these little island of numbers here. Yeah, so in part 1, towards the beginning of the live stream, I showed you a video, just a couple of seconds of a short video that I made for the origins of this painting, for why I was painting it. I made a short video and I got a brutal copyright strike threatening the demise of my channel. Even though the music that I used came from YouTube's music, So it was copyright protected or whatever they call it, royalty free. They still hit me with a copyright strike and demanded originally that I had to take the entire video down. That live stream got over 1,000 views. I'm not taking that thing down. I opted to remove all sound. So all commentary, all music that I put in there afterwards, it's still processing. They were almost not going to let me live stream today because, of course, they want to take down all, any YouTuber that doesn't have more than like 10,000 subscribers. They want to abolish all of those channels. I think it's super lame, but they're a business. They have to make money, I guess. And we don't matter to them, even though some people will click on the links to buy their crap. I don't particularly do that. And my channel's not monetized, so it shouldn't matter, but because it doesn't have, the numbers that they want, yeah, they threaten. So I think that part one is still being processed to remove all of everything, me talking about, like doing my unboxing and tutorial and everything like that. I honestly don't know what's going to sound like. I may have to go in and do a voiceover for the entire 4 hours because that sounds fun. So that's a real shame. Yeah, YouTube's weird. But I don't live stream on Twitch anymore. Also, I haven't played a video game, or I haven't live streamed a video game in a while, so. But Twitch never took off for me. I think I have like 30 followers on there. It never really took off, so I didn't see any point to continue. Like, share, comment, subscribe to @RealTalkChimp would be greatly appreciated. Especially if you like this type of content. Although this will be I said 12, but this is my 10th painting total. I bought 10 of these paint by numbers kits, and in the playlist arts and crafts, which I may update, it has all the paintings. The first 2 episodes were me uploading content, not live, just uploading content of 2 different paintings that I painted. And then the last 7 have been me live streaming painting. Okay, let's switch over for a moment to this medium brush. We can get inside these gaps. A lot of little number 9s here, but so you got these big areas to fill in number 9, and then you have these little, like, I guess, leaves. We gotta move some paint back into the cap. Canvas keeps moving away. I need to be able to lock this down somehow. Sometimes these kind of areas can be tedious. So I use the bigger brush to fill in the larger areas, but then I come back for the smaller areas and use the medium brush. If it's a real small area, I'll switch to the thinner brush. Right now, the medium one can seem to handle it. And plus, you just got to turn it in different directions, you know, to get, if you want to press and get flat like that, or use the thinner side to get into smaller areas. Kind of use it like a pencil. And the way it spreads around in the linen, because it's a water-based paint, it soaks into the linen. So you can put a mark and it'll start to bleed outwards because it's soaking in rather than just sitting in one spot. Let's say like an oil. Unless you put a thinner in that oil, it'll react the same way and bleed into the canvas, and you got to be careful with that because you don't want to overextend it out into places that you're not supposed to be painting that color, you know. Let's get some more water in here. There's so many number 9s on here, I just kind of go in different directions. Like we were painting up over here, but now, you know, wherever my eyes catch this number 9 is where I'm gonna lay down paint. Then eventually I'll go back to the other areas. I don't know why every once in a while this canvas gets a tricky. Like I'll paint, even though I have paint on the paintbrush, it just will not show up. So for whatever reason, the canvas just doesn't like it. It says, nope, you are not painting me. And it'll look like I'm dry brushing it. Little number 9s right here. So luckily they kind of color coordinate stuff throughout here that kind of not entirely match what what color you're painting, but you can see like the color difference between this area and this area right here. These are 15s. This is 9. This is 11. So they kind of tint the canvas a similar color of what paint goes in there. I guess maybe in case you're colorblind, who knows. I don't think you can say colorblind anymore. I think that's derogatory. I think you have to say color indifference. I don't really know what you have to say. I don't think you can use the word color. Whew, it's toasty warm in here. What's going on, Sam? You see any monkeys out there? So I may have to go over some other spots because of the water being used as a thinner to thin everything out. I may have to go back later and darken it up. I'm sorry, Sammy. That scared Sammy pretty good. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp. Be greatly appreciated. Wow, this really goes up there. All right, this cap is pretty much, this one's pretty much done. So we're gonna open up another number 9 here. This is super thick. I keep thinning it down with a little bit of water because the paint is super thick. We're still on number 9s. I'd say the majority of this canvas is a number 9. Because these guys sit within this jungle theme, so we're just encapsulating these guys in this jungle. And the only difference is the sunlight coming up behind them here. So we're still making all this just thick jungle around them. I don't know if you guys can hear that bird outside. It's a crazy sounding bird. Sounds like a machine gun. It sounds like they're drilling in the street, but that's a hummingbird making that sound? What? Oh, he flew away right when I zoomed in. Hey, Sam. It's like a hummingbird chatting with a butterfly out there, making some weird sounds. Sammy. What's going on, monkey? Can you say like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp? Please? Fine, eat your food. Come over here and help me paint these number 9s, Sammy. There's a lot of them. Is there a lunar eclipse tonight? You're supposed to be able to see all over the United States. You won't be seeing it here because it's sucked in clouds. It's kind of what happens every time there's an event. I hate living on a busy street. Can't wait till I move. People drive at godly rates of speed and hit things and never stop. If I had my druthers, I'd put a happy little tree right in the middle of this street outside. Force people to stop, admire the happy little tree, then move on. The speed limit out there is 25. They do 60. They run over a child or an animal or an adult, they keep going. They don't care. Just a minor speed bump. Not the way our society has become. Everything's just a speed bump now. People need to paint more pictures. People need to paint more numbers. People just need to paint. Get off the damn road and paint. Just know where you need to go. Work from home. I'm going to turn the canvas to the side. think we may have taken care of all of the number 9s. It took almost an hour and a half to do just the number 9s. I want to keep looking see if there's any more number 9s, because number 10 we're changing the way it looks, changing the colors. There's a number 9 hiding right here. Okay. Looks just like the number 11 too, which is crazy. Number 9. Oh, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Remember to share at RealTalkChimp with your friends and family. We're trying to get more subscribers. I don't know why. Hey there, AD Hub. How you doing there? Oh, it's not AD, it's ad, right? How many times have you been hit by copyright strikes there, Ad Hub, or are you a bot? Kind of makes me think you're a bot. This is what we're working on right here. We've been mainly working on all that dark green. We're gonna keep going here. Wash off some of these paintbrushes. So number 10 is sort of like a break between all these greens. But then 11 and 12 are right back into the greens. I don't understand why. Oh. Okay, well, we're done with that paintbrush. Let's get us another one. The bottle where the paintbrushes go to die. Okay. So number 10 here, it's like I don't know, like a concrete. It's like a gray, but completely different than the number 9, obviously. So I'm not sure why we're going in this direction, but whatever. Okay, so we're doing number 10. Let's start down over here. So I guess it's going to act as a highlight. Very strange color for a highlight, but it is what it is. And turn it horizontal. Still looking for number 10s. I don't think there's any 10s in the chimp, but you never know. I really don't see any more number 10s. I do see 2 more number 10s. Three more. There's 2 more. Just found a number 4. just a tiny little line, so I think it's a mouth. Yeah, it is a mouth or an upper lip. What about anybody else? All right, I gotta take a little break here and wipe all the sweat off of me. I'll be right back. Let's try that again. I'll be right back. hang out with me, Sam? You come and hang out for a little while, Sam? Slow back out a little bit here. So this is what I'm working on right here. It's a numberartist.com kit 50-40-LZ10169. Adventure of a Lifetime. These 4 chimpanzees dancing in their jungle area because they just heard Coldplay's song Adventure of a Lifetime from 2015. So you can just kind of see the outline of the chimps, but we've been mainly concentrating on the jungle around them. So I'm live streaming on YouTube at RealTalkChimp. That's RealTalkChimp. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Really, chat with me. I need to be entertained while I'm trying to entertain you. I am not a professional painter, but I play one on TV. All right, let's clean off our paintbrushes. Okay, so we were just using number 10, which is that kind of concrete color that you see around. Now we're going to number 11, which basically is like going back to number 9, which I don't understand. But here was number 9. Slightly lighter color than number 9. Number 11. It's like a clay, like a green clay. Like, remember little green army men? It's like if it was melted down into a paint. Green army man color. Okay, so these are number 11. Oh my Lord, right out of the gate up on the number 10. Okay, that's what happens when we switch colors. We find the other thing we just freaking used. So let's grab some of this. Was it a number 10 or the number 15? Or an 18? There's it there. Yeah, there's a number 10 right here. How did I not see this right above this one? Those are 15s. Good. Back to number 11. This looks like a gray, like a green gray. I don't know what that is. I have to look. I guess it's a number 11. Right above this guy's head, so be careful painting into his head area. Right by his forearm. This is actually in his forearm. I don't know what the deal is with that. Oh, you mother. The biggest mosquito I've ever seen. Number 10 right there. Right there. So let me get this number 10. I think that was it for the number 10s. If something else pops up, we'll certainly paint it. Go back to the number 11. Damn mosquito keeps biting me. hang on a second here. I gotta close this door. I'm getting murdered by mosquitoes. Sam? Come on, bud. I gotta close this door. Stay out in the real way. I don't care. I'm getting bit by mosquitoes, bro. You don't care? I figured as much. Figure out where your next meal is coming from, sir. Oh no, I keep finding 10s again. Back to looking for number 11s. Can you imagine if we had nanotechnology? If it just wasn't in the hands of the government, the military, that we actually had it ourselves, that we could like cure our bodies with nanites and stuff like that. Like I would program a nanite to go after and just look for number 11s for me. And it would beep when it would show me where all the number 11s were, or any number I happen to be on. It would be my own little miniature drone that would just kind of tell me which ones that I'm missing. Of course, if Sammy helped me, that would be great too, but that ain't gonna happen in my lifetime. There aren't enough treats in the world to get Sammy to help me do paint by numbers. He'll do paw by numbers. He's got no problem with paw by numbers. Paint by numbers? Sammy wants nothing to do with it. We may be done with number 11. We can move to number 12. Tiny number 11 right here. I think we're done with number 11. Nope, there's an 11 right here. They're all 15s. Here's an 11. Here's one. It's 12. Here's an 11. Here's part of an 11. It's a 17. It's a 15. There's a couple of 11s right here. They're all 17s. Here's an 11. 14s and 15s, 17, 16. Those are 17. I'm pretty much already scoured all the way up through here. Okay. 17, okay. So. Oh, this bastard bit me. Got on the ankle. Water, it's so hot in here. Alright, I gotta clean off all these brushes. Note 12 isn't much different than these, so not much of a stretch. We got enough paintbrushes in case something else pops up. All right, so we're going from a number 11 to a number 12. Okay, so it's certainly darker than the number 11. Definitely like an olive drab, like you would see I guess like a military uniform in the Air Force. That's what the color looks like. Okay, so we're looking for number 12s. Oh my God. Right smack in my face, there's an 11. I thought it was a 17, but it is 11. Back to looking for number 12s. So this is actually being used in the chimp's body. It's such a weird color. I don't know what it's for. Funky monkey. Funky monkey, funkity funky monkey. Funky monkey, monkey monk. Mr. Monkey Jello. Banana farts. Would you go see a band if they were named the Banana Farts? And they played Funky Monkey on the kazoo? If it was the 1950s, you'd have to hide it from your parents. You're not going to see the Banana Farts. We will not allow you to listen to the Funky Monkey on the kazoo, right? The Banana Farts, live at the Palladium. Playing their new hit jingle. I'm alone in a room full of monkeys, one chimpanzee, and he's throwing poop. The Banana Farts, live. I'm starting to get delirious. My brain is broken into banana farts. I haven't even had a banana in a while. I'm looking for number 12s and I finally found one. And another one. Because remember, it's all about banana farts. Hey, hey, we're the Banana Farts. People say we monkey around. We got a chimpanzee throwing poop. And I'm gonna get a copyright strike. Holy monkey. If you were watching the live stream right now and you heard me say banana fart, what would you think? Would you think I'm bonkers? Bonkers for bananas and farting? It's only 100 degrees in this room with 100% humidity. Why on earth would I be bonkers for banana farts? Well, it scared those people away, I guess. Guess they didn't come for banana farts. Apparently they came to watch me paint chimpanzees. You can't have chimpanzees without banana farts, sir. And me throwing poop. Finally found some more 12s up here. Like, shouldn't you be painting a picture? Isn't that what you're doing? Why are you talking about banana farts? Why even talk about chimpanzees? Hello? Got chimp in my freaking brand name, RealTalkChimp. A half human hybrid with a chimpanzee, I'll have you know. So when there's bananas, there's banana farts. They're not as potent as, say, bean farts. Bananas have, depending on how ripe they are, have an interesting smell to them, a fruity smell. Whereas a bean fart, is like the dirt. It's very organic, earthy smell to it. Of course, it's going to have different smells depending on what your diet consists of. You could have eaten some kale and bananas. Maybe a smoothie with kale and bananas and beans. Ooh. It's just ripe for farting. You're going to have a whole concerto of butt and anal sounds just from all the farting. Good thing is you'll keep your partner awake. A boot. You'll keep the dog awake. You can't blame the dog for banana farts. I mean, you can. There's no law against it. You can't blame the dog. Everyone blames their dog, even if they don't have a dog and they fart in front of their partner, they're going to blame a barking spider. Can you imagine a barking spider? I mean, tarantulas, like larger spiders, big wolf spiders, do have a sound that they emit when they're, frightened or put into battle. They do have a sound. The larger Amazonial type spiders, the ones that can grow up to like 5 feet in diameter, actually make sounds when they're, they're bothered. Spiders that are web makers, like orb weavers and such, if they think that somebody's going to walk through their spider web or come at them or try to swat at them, they will stomp their little feet onto the web to make like a sound, like a harp sound. Thump, 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 real thumpy sound. Look, a number 11, everyone. I have found a number 11. I have lost the number 11. Hey, look, everyone, a number 9. Luckily, this one and this one look just like a number 9. Here's the 11. Okay. Put a little bit of that there because he won't know. Here's 12. What other little critters make noises? And we know that crickets make noises, flies make noises, right? And flies are itty bitty compared to, say, a spider. You know that there's such thing as a banana spider? Supposedly they live within the leaves, or they burrow in to a banana under the leaf, so when you peel the leaf, got a spider in there. Blah. Bad for all you arachnophobics out there like me. If you were number 12, you would be right here. And right here. And where else? Where else would you be? Number 12. I said this is what happens when nobody talks to me. I ramble. I have the gift of gab. I will ramble on until somebody speaks. I'm not seeing any more number 12s. Holy monkey. Holy monkey. The heat and the humidity make me super tired. Number 12. Oh, there's number 12. I saw you just a moment ago. Where did you go? There you are. Number 12. Here's one. Itty-bitty one right here. This one's under this guy's arm. weird shaped. 12, and it's on this guy's shoulder. It's 22 and 21. 22. Guess people have just lost interest in this live stream because it says 0 viewers. We need at least 1 or 2 to watch the entire stream so that we get ever closer, which is still not close enough, to our 4,000 watch hours. We're only at 1,600. We need 4,000 watch hours before the end of December 31st, 2026. And that's all our content, not just live stream. All our content. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp. Be greatly appreciated. All right, I'm having a tough time finding number 12s, except for this one right here. That one was teeny. I think we can switch to number 13 and this number 12 right here. So things like that are what pop up when I switch to another color. Suddenly there'll be a number 12 just in a tiny little spot, like this one. Life is a monkey, I'm gonna swing all night long. If you believe in magic, type a message below. Have you seen a ghost lately or felt a spirit? Have you seen a UAP or UFO? What about Bigfoot? Type it in the chat and let us know. All right. Number 13 really isn't that much different than number 12. So we'll keep number 12 open in case one of those pops up, and we're going to switch to number 13. Okay, so number 12 is this color. Number 13 looks like a lighter color, maybe a blue-gray. Doesn't look that much different than 11. Definitely a gray color. All right, so number 13, let's look in the bottom left. Follow along the bottom here. My eyes are starting to go wonky. Need another break. Let's go. Looking up into our chimpanzee for number 13. looking good for the home team. Soldier, why do you have a peace button on your vest? I don't know, sir. And what is it written on your helmet? Born to kill. You have born to kill written on your helmet and a peace symbol on your vest. Yeah, I guess it's the, what did he say? Something. I thought I was showing the duality of man. Duality of what? The duality of man, sir. What side are you on? American side. Get with the program. I don't know. A mishmash of that kind of stuff there is. Full Metal Jacket. I watched it before I was live streaming tonight, so some of the lines are stuck in my brain. Irrelevant to painting, unless you're painting a Full Metal Jacket. Or a half-filled Full Metal Jacket. Son of a mother, father, sister, and brother. Mosquitoes are biting. Because Sammy is determined to keep the door open. See that, Sammy? Talking about you. Oh, I finally found a 13. All 15s and 14s down there. Is that the only 13? Possible. Out of 14s. I am not seeing any more 13s. I got a 12 right here. That isn't the one I saw. That isn't the one I saw. That isn't the one I saw. Where was that big 12 I saw? Up on the head. Up on the head of Mr. Chimpanzee. We'll call him Buff. And there's a 12 on the side of his cheek. I don't know why I never saw these things before. It's baffling to me. Try to find some 13s in here. Not gonna happen. This is part of the 12 right here. This is going down the side of this guy's face. Holy mother of migraine headaches, sir. Oh my goodness. I have found a 13. I have lost a 13. Here it is. Bizarre shape. Here's a 13. I guess that's it. 13 going once. Find any down here? I'm pretty sure these were all 15s. Not finding any. Except for this one and this one. I just found them. Trying to find more 13s. They're in such random spots. Sammy, come help me find 13s. Why is 13s always a problem? In every one I do, every painting I do, 13s are the hardest number to find. Really don't get it. Anyway, let's cover up 12 and 13 and we'll go to 14. I don't know how this cat that come from Norway, or in the upper elevations, it can be well below zero, and this guy is sitting outside. It's 110 outside, 100% humidity, totally overcast, and this guy's having a swell time out there. I could barely sit here next to the window open right now, and I'm about to pass out. All right, 14 is a dark gray. So we're going to be doing a lot of the shadows and underbrush. The 14, 15, and 16s are going to be the extreme dark colors that you see in the underbrush here. Okay, so we're working on 14. Start off on the left side. Oh, stop biting me, mosquitoes, please. And there's a 12. Son of a monkey. Where did I see that 12? Get back to 14. Is it just the day today? Is that what's keeping people away? Or have they just kind of given up on me painting stuff? They've lost interest. Seems like the views average, even though there's 1,000 views, but the viewing time averages 1 second to 15 seconds. That doesn't really help. So they just become an impression, not an actual watcher. Oh, I just found 13 there. Where's that 13 now? God. I lost it. No, I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I lost the 14 that I was working on. Oh, there's the 13 right there. First, let's paint the 14 right below it. 13. Can I find that 13 again? I think that's about it. My name is Ricky, live streaming on YouTube RealTalkChimp. That's RealTalkChimp. I'm doing a paint by numbers kit. This kit is called Adventure of a Lifetime and features 4 chimpanzees dancing to a 2015 Coldplay song of the same name. It's from numberartist.com, item number 50-40-LZ10169. So this is what I've been working on. So pretty much the outline and the jungle is what I've been doing in part 1 and part 2. So it's kind of hard to tell what's going on until I start filling in the chimpanzees. So arm going out there and such. Sun in the background, jungle all around them. So yeah, remember to like, share, comment, chat, and subscribe to the channel or become a member. There's other hidden videos in membership that are different than what is in the normal playlists. Watch all the playlists, dig through things, find things that you like, comment about them, and we'll catch you on part 3. All right, again, Ricky for RealTalkChimp, live streaming Paint by Numbers Kit Adventure of a Lifetime. We'll catch you on the flip side. Peace and chicken grease, everyone. Have a good one.